Everyone, welcome back to my channel for another process video. Today I'm going to be working on a pocket page. I don't do those too often. However, when I have an event that has quite a few photos, instead of doing 10 to 15 layouts, I like to put them all in one pocket spread, so that way they're just in one sleeve. Now these pictures are going to look really familiar to you, and that is because I had worked on this spread before, but it was for my son's album, and I realized that I had not worked on my daughter's album. So I'm just kind of laying out all the cards that I want to use, and in fact, you saw the card that I got my inspiration just a few seconds ago, and you'll see it again here in a minute. And as soon as I saw the card that had 4 or 5 different colors to it, I then pulled all the cards that matched that went with this feel, or this theme. So here are the photographs that I'm going to be using, and like I said, they do look familiar. Now not only do I work from the kit, but I also pull from my stash. And I know some of you that have been scrapbooking as long as me are going, oh my goodness, that sticker sheet right there that she's using is from QVC. And yes, and if you've been scrapbooking for as long as I have, you remember where QVC was having scrapbook albums with some papers, and nobody uses them anymore. And yes, they clearly can be outdated. However, I think you can find pieces of them to still work with your current layouts today. And so when I was looking for some alphabet letters, I came across this. One was kind of stuck to one of the alphabets, and it said Our Family. And as soon as I saw it, I found that it couldn't be more perfect for this page. And it doesn't look outdated. It looks perfectly as if I had purchased it today. No one is ever going to know that I bought that sticker sheet probably back in 2000. Now, speaking of going through my collection, oh, there's that card I was telling you about that I picked all the colors from. I have a little basket that is by Crate Paper, and it looks like a strawberry basket. It comes in like a mint green, and it has little itty bitty bits and pieces, to it. And I found this October Afternoon, that pinking sticker that I put at the very top card on the right. It was stuck to some other stickers, and it was actually damaging it. So right away I was like, I'm going to find a home for it. And as easy as that, I did. And then I pulled out some Freckled Fawn puppy stickers, and I'm actually switching it out right now. I decided instead of the arrow, I wanted to use this one by Amy Tan. I think it was from her Stitch collection, and it just matched better with the color tones that were on this page. And it said Do, and I thought that was perfect because I thought of go see Do, just being with my family and going out and doing things, and that is clearly why I put that up there. I think, like I said, I did round the corners because back in the day, when cards first came out, the corners were rounded. However, now, of course, they make them straight, which I prefer, but I'm still not going to throw these cards out because I like them too much, especially that title one. That title card that you see up there is so pretty, and unfortunately you cannot see it even in the photographs. It has gold speckles on it, almost like they're stars, and it is just perfect. It's just gorgeous. Next, like I said, I pulled some stuff from my stash, and I found these Dear Lizzie clear stickers that have just been sitting here, and I found a home for it, so I was pretty excited. I ended up using quite a few of those in this pocket page spread. And here's another thing that was just sitting in my basket. It says Recorded, and I'm going to go ahead and put that behind that photo there on the bottom right-hand side of that card. Now, one thing I do like about pocket pages is sometimes when I'm struggling to find a home for some of the stickers on like a 12 by 12 layout, it's really easy for me to find homes for them on pocket pages. And I don't know why that is. Maybe it's just because there isn't so many layering, although you can completely put a ton of layers on cards. But for whatever reason, I just find it easy to find homes for it. Now, I left this in here because I am going to do a total fill, and you're going to see that here right now. I've seen people take their enamel dots and put them on the edge and cut them in half. Now, I'm thinking it's because of the scissors I used, but all it did was crack it in half, make it a jagged edge, and I was like, well, thumbs down, because now I just lost an enamel dot. Which is no big deal. However, we all know how expensive they are, and yeah, so I lost one. Oh well. I try to find a home for one up there on the top card. However, I just couldn't find one, so I just move along and put another one on the one that said good luck. Now I'm doing the back side of the pocket page spread, and the first photograph, the card that I'm using is a 4x6, and in the center of it is a rectangle, and so I want to make sure that the actual photo is centered so it's peeking out on both sides versus just the one side. And so I'm adding some washi tape, and then I'm going to add some phrase stickers. Now, there's a couple things here. Once I find a product that is working really well with the cards, I end up trying to use as many as I can. So I've had these Maggie Home phrase stickers on my workspace for years. I used the cream ones way more than I did with the black ones. Well, I have black in this pocket spread, and it went perfect with the black and gold. It didn't clash. It didn't look too strong of a color to go with this spread, and it looked really nice. So I made sure that I used as many as I possibly could, and again, the same thing for the Dear Lizzie stickers where I could layer it on a photograph. So there I put down another Freckled Fawn puppy sticker, and I was really glad to start, to use those. I always pull those out to try to find a home for it whenever I'm working on a project. I don't know if you have a little small dish on your workspace, but I do, that carries or houses all my little bits and bobs, and that tab right there has been in my dish since 2016, and the only reason why I know this is because it was for my December daily album. So here I am using it, and it's not even for a Christmas album, and go me, right? That I got it onto a spread. Next I'm using, again, those Maggie Home stickers, and this one said, "Our small, sweet, darling life," and I end up cutting the part that says "our small," so it just reads "sweet, darling life" of my kids, and the photograph is the boulders. Next, I'm just trying to find some more products. I'm going to use one of those Freckled Fawns, I believe, for that spread. I bring out that washi tape again, but that washi tape I do not use. Actually, you know what? I take that back. I do not use a Freckled Fawn for that. I thought I was going to use this Amy Tangerine with a button. I put it on there, and then I don't know what was, like, I know what I was thinking. Rules of 3, right? And so here I was only going to have 2 of them left on the sticker sheet. And so I said, you know what? Let me just take it off and put it back with the rest of them, so that way when I find a layout that I can use it for, I can at least use all 3 of them, hopefully. That'll be the color combo that I needed. But I'm going to use an enamel dot instead with that. Now, I try to use those washi tapes for that bottom photograph, but I just go back to the same washi tape that I was using, which is by that Studio Calico. And then I'm going to layer that up with another Freckled Fawn sticker and Maggie Holmes phrase sticker. And I think, am I done here? No, that's right. I still have to work on my filler card, and for those of you who don't know what a filler card is, it's right there in the middle. It's the very first card in the middle. And a filler card is basically where you have like an icon, a die cut, stickers, anything that doesn't house any journaling, photographs, or anything like that. Sometimes there's quotes on them, just anything to fill the card. Next, I'm just adding an October label, and I'm just going to jot down a little quick story about that photograph right there. And it was just me saying to my kids how I was coming up with names, and I'm like, it's the Skull Hideaway. Just being silly, being a mom, keeping these kids laughing and just having a good time. Now, some things I try to keep in. I know when I edit my video, I try to remove all the me cutting and adhering stuff down. Just so you can see different things that I audition for, different cards and different layouts. So I try to keep that in there as much as I can without going too long. So there, like this right here, I used this is from a Studio Calico little 2x2 card that I just happened to find in my stash because nothing was working that I had on my workspace. And I went back in there and I found that one, and it was a square, but I ended up using a hole punch, a circle punch for that. And then I'm just going to try to find some enamel dots. And then this is pretty much coming to an end, guys. I hope you like this. I'm going to be doing more pocket page spreads in the future. And the reason why is I love the style of it. I love working on them. And I'm finding that I don't really need to, every photograph I take doesn't need to have a 12 by 12 page. And so I really like to, after talking to some friends on Instagram, of just finding the highlights of a month and maybe like working like at the month of March, putting all the different, stories into one little pocket page spread. And then of course, some definitely highlights will have their own 12 by 12 pages, if that all makes sense. All right, guys, thank you so much for joining me. You all have an amazing day. Bye.